Good morning, everybody. This is Gideon Blau with the Cleantech Hub. Today, in the series of green entrepreneurs here in Latin America, we are here together with uh, Thomas Silicaro. He is the founder and CEO of Bioeutetics out of Argentina. Thomas, how are you today?
Hello, Gideon. Thanks for the invite. Very well, thank you.
Very good. So Thomas has is the founder of Bioeutetics. They have a very interesting a material developed. It's a biosolvent, a way to move away from all the solvents that are based still based on fossil fuels. But before we go into detail about bioeutetics and their special technique and product, we first, of course, want to get to know a little bit who is Thomas and how was his story around saving the planet started. So, Thomas, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, Gideon. Well, my name is Tomás Elicaro. As Gideon said, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Bioeutetics. I'm 38 years old. I'm married, two little kids. I've been working in the food and pharma and personal care industry for like 19 years now. I worked here in Argentina in a company called Ledesma. Afterwards, almost 10 years in Cargill, and the last 9 in a small company that it's from Uruguay, but it's regional for all Latin America. More than anything, commercializing raw materials for the food, pharma, and personal care industry. Since I was very little, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, to have my startup, but well, the corporate businesses engaged me and took me through this rail coast. So it was really fun and really good. But for the last 3 4 years, I wanted to do something that could give a green and good impact in our planet, in our society. And that's why I entered an MBA here in Argentina. It's an executive MBA because it was regional. And there I met a lot of people that were in biotech, particularly Matthias Peire, that is the founder of Grid Exponential. Grid Exponential, it's a biotech incubator here in Argentina. And he encouraged me to be part of their program where they select around 20 25 scientific ideas and 20 25 entrepreneurs that want to be part of the biotech industries, but they don't know much, as I did. So I entered that program last year, and in that program I met my partners and co-founders of Bioeutetics. So that was where we started with this company. We went through a 1 year program, and finally they invested on us, and we founded the company. But the truth is that I wanted to do something to change and to improve our planet for the last 20 years at least.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. And because I think that is always a very exciting moment when you come across the guys and girls you want to partner with and you want to build your business. So tell us a little bit about that first meeting or the first time you guys were discussing something that in the end evolved into bioeutetics. What was it that really made it click with all you guys?
Yeah, sure. Well, to be honest, it was an awesome program in which we were a part of. I got to know a lot of people, good uh, business ideas or scientific ideas that turned into businesses today. From that 20 25 ideas, 12 companies were founded. So it was awesome. But particularly with my partners from Biotechnics, the first meeting we had, we made a canvas. And when I saw it finished, I said, this is it. And we had so good vibes between each other that it was like at the end of the meeting, it was like the second or the third meeting we were having in the program. I didn't even knew the other ones. So when we met, we said, well, we need to be a team. And it was like just like this, and we knew it. And fortunately today we are an awesome team We have a lot of capabilities. We are three partners, two from Mendoza. I'm here in Buenos Aires, and we have two other advisors that are part of the green chemical group that they were part of while they were researching, that are almost part of the team, but they are advisors because they are still part of the research team in the CONICET here in Argentina. So
Yeah.
it was, it's quite difficult to describe because it was like
Uh-huh.
a feeling. Yeah, we knew it. We
Yeah.
all knew it.
Yeah. That's very. That's very interesting that you say that, because this is feeding. You all have the same. You're on the same vibe. You're on the same line. You know this is something what you really can explore. So, what was it within that idea that came to fruition during that incubator program, right? What was it that you said, okay, yeah, we really have to pursue this? Was it because the market size? Was it because of the impact that you could have? Was it because it was super innovative? What do you think?
No, to be honest, regarding the innovation, it's very innovative, but there were a lot of ideas much more innovative than this one. For example, a group that it's uh, doing human organs inside of pigs. So that was too
Wow.
far for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
needed to be
Mm,
more on the ground. So
mhm.
when I started talking with the team, what I saw was the instant impact we
Mhm.
could generate, and that was very good for me. After 19 years in the industry and B2B businesses, I saw the potential to do something good, to do
Yeah,
something profitable, to do something that it's 100% applicable in a lot of industries
yeah,
and in a very short term. I
yeah,
think that that's the really good thing.
yeah.
Imagine that for our first year, we wanted to develop 10 products, and we almost have 100 that are being tested today. So
Wow.
uh,
Yeah,
that was what I saw: a solid team from the scientific side,
yeah,
a lot of input that I could put from my expertise in the market regionally and globally,
yeah,
and as well that the technology that we use, it's innovative. It's not hugely complex, but it's fully trustworthy,
yeah,
and it's very applicable to the industry. And that
yeah,
was the trigger that for me
yeah.
made it sound good.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I like that, Thomas. And you just mentioned before that you worked in multinationals like Cargill. All right, those are
Yes,
monsters
monsters.
at global scale. Especially they're very strong in the food sector. So
Hmm.
I think you were there looking at that new product that you guys came up with, these biosolvents, and you probably already thought, okay, well, this could be applicable with one of those huge divisions within Cargill. So maybe you can give us an example of what you think your product can do in comparison of what's right now in the market.
Well, for example, when you try to dry flour with flour, you have to use hexane. Hexane
Hmm.
is a fossil derivated product. It's very nocive to all the people that consume it,
Yeah.
especially to the planet. So we are working on a substitution of that, which is the biggest problem for us today. That, for example, companies very smaller than Cargill use 100 tons per day of hexane
Wow.
to dry flour. So
Wow.
it's a huge amount of product that we need to
Yeah.
produce.
And
So
to
what we
clarify for everybody, with flour, you mean the flour to bake cakes and stuff like that,
Yeah,
or the
sure,
yeah,
cakes, bread,
okay,
whatever.
exactly, yeah. Wow,
Uh,
100
so
tons. Yeah,
100 tons a day,
yeah,
and that is a small one.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
can't imagine what the big ones
yeah,
can
yeah.
use.
That
That's
is
one
that
of
is
the
really interesting.
examples.
Yeah.
However, what we see is that you have, for example, for sweeteners, you can use it, and you can have a natural sweetener, 100% natural sweetener, with sweeteners that are today in the market, but not tasting so good or so well because they have an aftertaste and so on. You can include it as part of our product, and you have 100% sweetener with no aftertaste, liquid, not powder, but with more sweetener power. So
Yeah.
that's another example, and it's more like tabletop, so it's for
Yeah.
daily use, not so
Yeah.
industrial. You have a lot of applications. Another one that we are working on, it's for to spray on the fruits because they have fungus. Well,
Yeah.
you spray dry. We use, sorry, spray dry. No, you spray with this product, and you don't have any more fungus, and you can transport them, for example, from Europe to Latam or the other way back. And that's another application that we are working on. And instead of using natamicin, that it's an antibiotic, you can use our product, that
Yeah.
it's much better.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, and I've been talking to other startups that are working in this field as well, looking into how you can reduce fungicides. And I mean, I already see you guys working together because I mean, having the logistics side covered, but not, let's say, for example, the part where you control the fungicides. I think that's very interesting. So I love
Well,
it.
you will have to give me the contact, please.
Yeah.
Then,
Don't worry, we will. No, I mean,
excellent.
awesome product. Right now, you're based in Argentina. I assume you're working out of Mendoza and Buenos Aires at the same time.
Yes.
So you have your own laboratory right now.
Yes, we did build our laboratory on May this year with
Yeah,
the first investment. We built our development laboratory in Mendoza, where all the scientifics are today.
yeah,
I'm here in Buenos Aires. We have the administrative and commercial office here, and we are planning on the next moves. We are
mhm,
about to receive a non-refundable money from the FONSE, that it's a fund here in Argentina that works with the BID.
yeah,
And the idea is to have a pilot plant and an application lab. Why
yeah,
is that? Because we need to scale production and see how stable products are once we scale.
yeah,
We know that in the lab range they are very stable, but we need to increase the production and see how they behave. And
yeah,
as well, we want to have an application lab that we will not have our lab particularly. We are still working on that, but we want to have different application labs for food, for pharma, for cosmetics, for personal care, and for other things
yeah,
where we can really test our products and see if they work. And
yeah,
once we have that answer, go to our customers and say, well, this works, this is how it works. If you want to try it yourself, you can. It's better if we can help you in your plant and better understand your process. You know that every plant in the world, even they have the same equipment, are different.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you need to
Very good.
know their specific process and be with them to better understand how the product works, really.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome, love it. So I mean, so you're going to build your pilot plant. You're probably already talking to people that are interested in the product. And for the listeners, Thomas and Bioeutetics, they're participating in a program that we're currently running together with the UK embassies
Mhm.
across Latin America. So it's although I'm based in Colombia, we collaborate together with the UK embassies in Argentina, in Chile, in Peru, Mexico,
Excellent.
Colombia, etc. So Thomas is here as the one of the Argentinian representatives, which is awesome. What are you expecting from a program like, let's say, the Latin Green Growth program that we're currently running? Are you thinking of exporting your products, for example, to the UK, or you're thinking of working on your technology and work with local labs in the UK? What is your expectation around that?
Honestly, the first is to
Yeah.
learn about our partners here in the region, to learn about from you and the people
Hmm.
of the UK embassy that can teach us some things that are not from our region. And as well, regarding the markets, the European market is one of the most regulated market on solvents issues. Even in Spain,
Yeah.
that is for the European Union, you have a law that it says if there is a natural or biodegradable alternative for the fossil solvents, you have to
Hmm.
use it no matter the cost.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
uh, that's one of the whys we want to be in Europe.
yeah.
We think we have a lot of opportunities there, and as well, I think that the companies are very um, innovative there and open to this type of innovation of changes. They really
Yeah.
want to change. You
Yeah.
know that in Latin America, this type of changes used to arrive a little bit later than in the US or in Europe.
Yeah.
So I think that having contacts and being part of a program like this one with the UK particularly and Europe,
Yeah.
it's really important for us. Will give us
Yeah.
a better handicap.
Yeah, exactly. So and I understand where you're coming from, because you're basically saying this is a great opportunity for us, for example, to collaborate in Europe, be it let's say based out of the UK with the European Union, and then let's say through that collaboration, it will also help you in your home market, for example, in the Latin American region,
For
as a
sure.
way of positioning yourselves. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. And
Yeah.
as well of knowing what they are doing there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, we can read, we can research, we can investigate, but there's
Yeah.
nothing better than this,
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
talking and understanding with each other,
Yeah.
sharing
No.
our passions and sharing our expertise and what we are doing.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. No, I think that's very exciting. Right now, and that's the phase where you're in. You have your own plant, or you have your own lab. You're going to build your pilot plant. Can you tell us a little bit about your roadmap? What is your roadmap for the next couple of years? What do you hope to achieve? Let's say by 2025.
Okay, a lot. Now, to be honest, our roadmap for the first year was 100% on development. We are also working on a digital AI platform that it's
Hmm.
really important for us. The idea is to have a platform where we can insert the properties we want to have in an ingredient that can substitute a solvent, and this AI can give us, with some machine learning that will be continually learning, uh, an output of a product that we can use. It will not be only one; it will be five or six or seven. But today we get of,
Yeah,
I don't know, 50 or 100, and we have to manually do all the tests and see how they go.
yeah,
So the idea with this platform is to improve our products and to improve our time of development,
yeah,
to make it shorter and smarter.
yeah,
As well, that platform, the idea is, well, you gave me this product that I wanted with these characteristics. Well, in which applications I can use them additionally of the one I already want to.
yeah,
So it's a huge
yeah. Can you
uh,
explain us a little bit more about that AI platform? Because a lot of people talk about AI and how they apply
mhm,
it. And what I understand from you, you also use it as a support to your current lab work, and which is a lot of manual labor. So
mhm.
how does an AI platform help you? Does it come up with its own, let's say, formulas, or does it come up with its own, let's say, balances and determine what type of percentages you need to apply in the different recipes, or how does it work? I don't have a clue.
The idea is to have like 5 to 6 characteristics that are very specific from solvents:
Hmm.
polarity, density, viscosity, and some others.
Yeah,
And you can say, well, this is the range I want of each one. These are all the raw materials I have, 1,000 or more. Give me a formula of what I can do with all these raw materials and to get these characteristics of an ingredient.
very interesting.
Honestly, I don't think that the platform, at least at the very beginning, will give us one formula or not even
Yeah,
two. It will
yeah,
be more. But the idea is to start developing this platform, and more than anything, teaching it so it can start learning and giving data to the platform so it will be continually learning, and this range of possibilities will be narrower and as well will be one scene at a time, one
yeah,
formula or two or three or four, but not more than that. The idea is to make it smarter so we can have, well, you have these 5 formulas, test them, and you can test them in a
Yeah.
week and have a product.
Yeah.
If not, you have 100 formulas or more,
Yeah.
and you have to test every formula, every product, see if they
Yeah.
work, if they don't, and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the first main idea, and it's what we are working on today. We are starting next month.
Yeah.
We already set up the team. It will be third party, and we will work with them and with NDAs and so on.
Yeah.
But additionally, this platform, the idea is like Notco in Chile, that they have their algorithm where they
Okay.
say, I want to build a burger. Tell me
Uh-huh.
how. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
idea is, well, you already told me the ingredient, that it's this formula.
Yeah.
Or of the 20 you gave me, well, I selected this formula. In which applications I can use them, or I can use it, and how. And it will tell you bakery, confectionery, I don't know, whatever
Yeah.
it could be used on. So it's a very ambitious plan for us. I think that it will give us a lot of value as a company. We have
Yeah.
a lot of information to give to the AI, so
Yeah.
we can build this kind of quickly and with precision. But
Yeah.
we are still making a lot of data, so we can improve all the information there.
Yeah.
So that's one of our main objectives for at least the next year and a half.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, very interesting. So, and this is of course a key question where you see yourself, because you're talking about the business, the different markets, also how you evaluate your business,
Hmm.
and that's especially interesting to know for people that are interested in your
Hmm.
and let's say in bioeutetics, either as a commercial partner or maybe as a future investor.
Hmm.
How do you position yourselves? Because you're talking about developing different through putting different parameters. You're gonna come up using AI technology, come up with your own, let's say, recipes on how to get to these solvents. Um, you see yourself in the future as a data company or a data-driven company, or you think in the end of the day you're still being the one that is going to commercialize the biosolvents. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
Honestly, we see us as a digitalized production company. But
Yeah.
I emphasize on digitalized because I
Hmm.
believe that, well, we have a very ambitious plan. I will not tell it now because it's for the future, but almost as giving our customers the possibility to have, for example, a machine created by us with raw materials where we can update data every day, and they say, wait, I need this type of plume, they have it,
Yeah.
and something like that. That is very ambitious, it's very long term, but it's an idea. But what we really feel is that it's not one or the other, it's the combo of the two of them. We
Yeah.
see commercializing our product, not particularly only us, but with alliances around the world. We don't see a mega plant in one place and distributing for
Hmm.
every place. I think we will have more little factories around the world because the technology to produce, it's not very difficult to have and not very difficult to manage. The really difficult thing is to create the product. To
Yeah.
produce it, it's not so difficult. So I think we can
Yeah.
have different factories around the world, not so big, but near our main customers or main markets, and that's at least the first 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
As
So.
well,
Mhm.
we want on next year. The idea is to scale up and start the go to market. So we will be launching a round of investment. We don't
Yeah.
know exactly the amount now. We are still working on it, but I was 2 weeks ago in the Amazon Web Services Latam Summit in Miami.
Hmm.
I was part of it. I got to know a lot of VCs there, and listen a lot of very interesting pitches of other companies from Latam. So we are in the network today. We
Yeah.
are developing contacts, and
Yeah.
the idea is to have a huge investment next year that will allow us to scale our
Yeah.
production and or to start and scale our production and
Yeah.
to really go to market.
Yeah. No, I love it, and I think that's also a very interesting approach. It's almost like what Elon Musk says: we're building the machine that builds the machine. So you want to focus on that first machine.
Yeah,
It's like in the chip industry. There's a whole
yeah,
bunch of chip manufacturers, but there's one or two that can build the chip machine. And I think that is a very interesting, or let's say the waivers to build the chips. So and I think that's a very interesting approach because I see where you're trying to position yourselves and say, well, the hard thing is, and that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on the hard thing, and the hard thing is building this initial product, which then can result in let's say biosolvents. Depending on the industry, they can determine how they want to apply this. This is part of
yes,
your
and
vision, right? Yeah,
yeah, totally. And imagine that the solvent industry has been almost the same for the last 100 years, at
yeah,
least. It's
mm-hmm.
all fossil, very little biosolvents that appeared the last 10 years,
Yeah,
and a little bit of ionic liquids, but they don't solve the issue that is that they are toxic, that they are dangerous for human consumption and for the planet. So I think we have a huge opportunity to really change our consumption and to really change our planet for the future and to contribute on stopping the climate change that is one of the main concerns of everyone now. And the one
yeah,
that doesn't want to see it, it's because he doesn't or she doesn't want to. So we are really focused on making a green and profitable impact. Not only green, we want to be profitable. We want to be a company.
yeah, yeah. No, I love it. I mean, I think that's also the right approach for anybody that wants to make an impact. Your impact needs to be scalable, and therefore you need to be financially sustainable. Otherwise, your impact will be pretty limited. So I love that approach. We're almost getting to the end. So and then this is a question I ask everybody. What do you expect, right? What is your hopes and dreams going to the future? Last week we had COP26. Everybody was talking. I'm gonna we're gonna reduce carbon emissions till zero in 2050, and it's almost sounds like somebody that's an alcoholic saying that in 30 years I'm gonna stop drinking,
Okay.
which is kind of a weird thing. What is, and I'm not going to ask over 30 years. I want to know what your ambition is of your company, yourself as Thomas, in 3 years. So 2025, where do you want to be with your business?
I really would like to be producing and selling product and changing the market. As we say in our webpage, we want to revolutionize the solvent industry. We want to change it. We want to reduce as much as possible the fossil solvents in the world. And I'm we don't have enemies. We want partners. Where any company that wants to change and want to improve and want to use our products to improve our planet will be welcome. And we want to do it honestly, transparently, and with all the passion that we are doing bioethics. The truth is that we were all working with good jobs, and we started with a biotech startup in Argentina.
Yeah,
So we have all the odds against us, but we still want to do it because
yeah,
that's what we think. I see bioethics producing for the world in 2025. I don't know if we will be able to supply everyone, but we will try to. And changing first, revolutionizing the solvent industry and changing it into a green one and
yes,
sustainable one.
yeah.
Afterwards, go into the general chemical ingredients as well.
Yeah, very interesting. No, Thomas, great what you guys are doing over there, and I think this is also a message to a lot of other entrepreneurs that are listening. It's like it doesn't matter where you are, right? You don't have to be in the European Union or in North America or in a let's say in Japan or Taiwan. You can change the world from where you are, right? And I think you guys are a great example of this, Thomas. I want to thank you for joining us today, and great sharing your story with us.
Okay, Gideon, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. And it's a pleasure to meet you. And I'm open for everyone. Questions? Well, I believe you will put our webpage, but I'm open to any contact you can do or everyone can do.
Very good. Okay. Well, with this, everybody, we're at the end of another interview in this series of green entrepreneurs in Latin America. We want to thank you very much. We will most probably see you again tomorrow in with our next edition, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon.